Bryan Cranston picked up a Golden Globe nomination on Monday for his portrayal of President Lyndon Johnson in All the Way. Now he's taking a lighter turn in his newest movie. It's called Why Him? That's the question his character Ned Fleming asked after meeting his daughter's new boyfriend, played by James Franco. Take a look.
Ned, on Christmas Day, I'm going to ask Steffi to marry me. And I really like your blessing.
The answer is no.
Dude, I know I sprung this on you. My bad, okay? Let's just back it up, all right?
All right.
Why don't you give me a few days to win you over, okay? And by Christmas morning, I promise you're going to be calling me son. I'm going to be calling you dad.
Don't think that's going to happen.
Well, I think it's gonna, Dad.
Don't
Dad, come on.
call me Dad.
Don't call you Dad.
I'm not your dad.
Well, I mean, you're going to be my dad.
No.
What, Dad?
Okay, now you're playing with me.
All right.
Hey, Brian, how are you? Welcome
I'm
back.
great. Thanks, Matt.
I want to talk about that in a second. Congratulations.
Thank
Golden
you.
Globe nomination. I think it's your 243rd.
No, I don't know
good?
what it. Yeah, it feels great to wake up in the morning and someone taps you on the shoulder and says, you know, guess what? You were recognized for All the Way, which I played Lyndon Johnson, and it was, you know, it was important, and I really relished the opportunity to do it on stage first and then in the movie.
So you said that's important, and I read an interview you did about this movie, Why Him? And you said it was the most fun you've ever had making a movie. So let's hit the brakes there and just stop and talk. Why?
Because your job is to go to work and laugh, and to make others laugh.
It's still a job.
It's still a
movie
job.
making, and it's not always easy.
Right. And the hours can be long, but you know, the idea of walking up on stage and you're with a bunch of other people who are very funny and you're making each other crack up is just joyous. I mean, it's so much fun.
He's an overprotective dad of a 22-year-old daughter, and the James Franco doesn't need explaining. That's why you are overprotective. You've got a 23-year-old daughter.
Yes, I do.
Just between us, have you ever not liked who she's dated?
No. It's been. I've been really fortunate.
Nobody?
No, actually, no. They've all been great kids. You know, they kind of clump together now. In our day, and you're younger than I am, but we used to have to go to the door and meet the parents and say, you know,
look them in the eye, shake their hand,
shake their hands, and then the dad says, "Be back by 11," and yes, of course, and then you go out on your date. But they don't do that anymore. They go in clumps and they move, and then maybe two separate, and but they don't actually ask each other on a date.
And what happens is you find out after it's too late that they've separated. And they're off as a couple.
I don't like the separation, Matt.
Yeah, there's some people who are comparing this role to a more mature version of your character from Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, really?
Are there similarities?
I would say so. He's a Midwest guy, a good guy, family guy with a nice job, and he has an idea of who his daughter would be mated with at some point. And
mated.
James Franco.
Mated.
That's what we old folks say.
Who might have a relationship with. You make it sound like horse trading of some kind. I'm not sure that's appropriate. All right, we'll get past the mating part.
Well, it's a mating game. It's, you know, they're right.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, come on.
I guess so.
Yeah.
By the way,
Right.
I hope it's a compliment. Do you know my 10-year-old son is obsessed with Malcolm in the Middle?
It was a good show.
It was a really good show,
really?
and it still holds up.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. Speaking of really good shows, you did a little cameo on SNL this past weekend. How'd that come about?
Got a call from Lorne Michaels, and he said, "Are you interested in coming on?"
Yes.
Yes. I love the show. I hosted it before, and it is a whirlwind. It's like controlled chaos. You look at the structure of that show, and you go, "It shouldn't work." But every week they pull it off, and it's funny.
And the premise so funny that Walter White comes back and he's the nominee to head DEA.
DEA.
You didn't get any tweets from Donald Trump, by the way. Congratulations.
No, I want one.
You look in the camera and beg him.
Donald, please. tweet.
President-elect Donald.
Yes. Yes. President-elect Donald. You know, and he was not my candidate, but he is going to be my president. And I truly hope that he does an exceptionally good job. I really do, because if that is true, he has done well for the country. And that's much more important than who I personally wanted to be president.
And I think that's a good way to end. Better than the whole mating discussion would have been. Bryan, it's nice to see you as
Nice
always.
to see you too.
What
Thanks,
a pleasure.
Matt.
And Why Him is in theaters December 23rd.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.